Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Notice is hereby given that the 38th Annual General Meeting of the Grenada Union of Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited will be held virtually on Thursday, October 13, 2022. The meeting is called for the following purposes: to receive the report of the Board of Directors and other committees for 2021, to receive the audited financial reports for 2021, to elect members to the Board of Directors and other committees, to discuss and approve the budget for 2022, to appoint auditors and fix their remuneration, to take action on such matters as may come before the 38th Annual General Meeting. All members are invited to attend and to register to receive further information.
Good evening. This is Network News for Thursday, October 6, 2022. In the headlines, Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin extends apology after soft skull statement as he explains it is a legal term. Convicted impersonator Akim Andrew is free and walking the legal route to his dreams. Arthur Houston celebrates 25 years of living cancer-free. In around the globe regionally, government workers in St. Lucia observe World Teachers' Day. Internationally, North Korea says it has been carrying out missile tests as countermeasures against provocations by the United States and its allies. Plus, in the sports news, Ministry rolls out reconsultation on national sports policy. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Hello from us at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin has apologized for a statement he made. Christina John reports.
This is an unfortunate incident that involves, I just say, a victim who had a soft skull.
This utterance from Attorney Jerry Edwin created a stir among many Grenadians following an incident at Belmont St. George last weekend where one man lost his life. Today, the attorney is offering an apology to those who may have been offended by his utterances.
And if, in fact, the family of the deceased are in any way upbraided by my comments, let me fall on my sword and say that I sincerely apologize to them. It was never intended as a term of abuse of a deceased person or that person's family. That is not my sport. I do not carry out my work in this way.
Edwin also sought to provide clarity on the term he had used, as many took it literally.
The law says that you take a victim as you find them. That essentially is what the soft skull theory of law means.
He explained further using an example.
Whether a person, because this issue will come out in the trial, whether a person has any physical weaknesses or any impairments, it does not mean that a defendant who caused their death or caused them harm is any less liable. Whether they're a hemophiliac, whether they're a person who is a quadriplegic, you cannot say this person is in a wheelchair, that's why they died. It's not because I struck them. No, they died because they were struck, notwithstanding their physical condition. And that's what that theory of law means.
Edwin is the legal representative for Jude Buckmeyer and Stephen Buckmeyer. The two were jointly charged with non-capital murder for the death of Darren Coate, a 31-year-old Belmont resident from Pearl St. Andrew. They made their first court appearance on Tuesday and were remanded to the Richmond Hill prison until October 31st. Christina John, GBN News.
Now, do you remember Akim Andrew? Well, he's going the legal route in his pursuit of greatness. That's according to legal representative Jerry Edwin. In this report.
Many may recall the name Akim Andrew, a young man who one might say was plagued with the disease of higher aspiration beyond his qualification. Akim is now out of prison, having served a 2.5-year sentence. The young man was sentenced back in 2020 for impersonating a medical doctor. This followed his prior arrest for impersonating a police officer. A legal representative for Andrew was attorney Jerry Edwin.
But in Richmond Hill, at the prison, he was a model inmate. From the commissioner to the chief, anyone will tell you that Akim was a young man who was very helpful. He learned the system at the prison. He helped counsel younger inmates into the right thing to do. And I must say that the clang of the prison door closing that we lawyers often refer to, this has served its rehabilitative effect. And we believe Akim will now walk the straight and narrow.
Earlier this week, Akim was spotted in the presence of an ununiformed police officer, which had many individuals asking questions. Mr. Edwin provides the answers.
Now that he's out of prison, I am really very happy to see that he is pursuing one of his dreams. The first being to join the UK Army. He wants to be in the military. The second is to be a member of the Royal Grenada Police Force. I cannot comment on the fitness of Akim to serve as a police officer. That is a decision to be made by the Commissioner of Police and those other persons. But to say that Akim is lacking in personal motivation and aspiration, that would be an understatement.
According to his attorney, Akim's time behind bars appears to have served its purpose of rehabilitation, as he has now decided to do things the legal way.
But this young man has given me personally an undertaking that he is ready to proceed with his life in a legal manner. So a local psychologist determined that Akim was incurable, that he could not be helped. He would always try to divert the law to his own advantage. But following his sentence and in serving that sentence, we have seen no indication that he will revert back to that old personality. We don't see that. One believes that, especially if you're a young person, you're able to improve yourself, to turn back on the wrong things that you have done in the past. And we want to believe that Akim Andrew will be one of those success stories.
Andrew pleaded guilty back in January 2020 on 2 summary charges of fraud by false pretense and 4 summary charges of practicing medicine without being registered. In February, he was given a 1-year suspended sentence. At the age of 19, Akim has already pretended to be an insurance salesman, a gym instructor, a police officer, and finally, before his prison sentence, a medical doctor. Christina John, GBN News.
The political leader of the Grenada Renaissance Party says he will be going to the United Nations for justice as 2 of his court matters were dismissed. Rena Thomas reports.
Martin Washington Edwards, leader of the Grenada Renaissance Party, is accusing the Court of Justice as 2 of his cases were dismissed at the St. George's Magistrate Court on Wednesday. The first matter he brought before the court was against the Parliamentary Elections Office on factors that he claims prevented his candidates from registering for the June 23rd general election. The second was against government for its COVID-19 vaccination stance.
And previously, before I told the matter before the election, which I stated that my candidate was not allowed to be nominated because they removed her name from the list. And we are saying that the only body to make a law in Grenada is Parliament, and Parliament did not make COVID-19 vaccine mandatory. So many agencies have been making it mandatory, either for jobs or else for residents, and I am in complete opposition to it.
The political leader spoke of the grounds on which his cases were dismissed.
I've had 2 court cases yesterday, and obviously both of them they threw it out because they were not. You see, the first one, which was with the supervisor of election, they stated that he didn't get service. What I know, I gave the person who served it, I dropped the person in front of the building, supervisor's building there in Tantin, and then I drove away. And I was learning yesterday that he was not served. So obviously, in my opinion, they get service, but they tell the court that the supervisor have not been served. As a result of that, they dismiss it. Now, the second matter, I took the Ministry of Health to court, and now I know that the Attorney General is a legal advisor of the government. So therefore, the Attorney General was served, and then they're telling me that because I did not serve the Minister of Health, it should be thrown out.
Mr. Edwards says that he will now take the matter to the United Nations so that his case can be reviewed and justice can be served.
Next move is we'll be sending this today to the United Nations in order to see and examine the case, because what I think is that the court has actually failed and actually been fair, because what the court should have done is basically, instead of this, I would say throwing it out, they should have set another date so that the defendant should be properly served if they claim that.
The party leader and caretaker of the St. George Northeast said that originally 7 persons were selected for his team. However, only 3 were nominated. He claimed in an interview in June with GBN that the nomination process was bewitched. Mr. Edwards contested that St. George Northeast constituency seat against NDC's Ron Redhead and NMP's Nimrod Olivier. Mr. Redhead is the elected MP. The Grenada Renaissance Party was unsuccessful in securing a seat at the polls. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
The story to report. Arthur Houston is a cancer survivor celebrating 25 years cancer-free this weekend. To mark this milestone, he will be hosting a candlelight walk for those who won, lost, or are fighting the battle of cancer. Rena Thomas has another report.
Sunday, October 9th will mark 25 years since Mr. Arthur Houston defeated cancer. One of his ways of showing gratitude will be hosting his annual candlelight walk to commemorate his anniversary. The walk, which is dubbed the Cancer Warrior, will be held this coming Sunday in Guave, St. John at 7 p.m., celebrating not just survivors of cancer, but also those who lost the battle.
And it's not the first time I'm doing a walk. It's about my 20th year of doing the walk, and it's always in my hometown of Guave, and it starts at the Loreto playing field, or for who know the area, the Florida Government School yard, and we proceed into Guave. The walk is to bring awareness of cancer, of hope that there's a life after cancer, and providing any kind of support to persons affected by, meaning who is living with cancer or their families are dealing with a person within the structure that is suffering with cancer.
People who would like to be a part of the walk are asked to bring their candles, placards, slogans, or pictures of loved ones who are battling or lost the battle of this dreaded disease. Friday, 11th April 1997, Hussein received the grim news of being diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma cancer. After 6 months of treatment in the U.S., he is still here on this earth to give thanks, celebrate, and provide hope to others. Mr. Hussein explains that one of his ways of giving back is by supporting many who have fought or are still fighting cancer.
When you are diagnosed with cancer, it's important to have a family structure because 1, the news is bad. 2, the financial burden is not easy. And if you don't know where the money is coming from, that alone will send you to your grave. Once someone is diagnosed in grade, and 80% of the time, someone will reach out to me via Facebook or by social media, and I will provide counseling to them, especially late at night, because when you are diagnosed with cancer, the fear kills you. And in your loneliest of moments, that's when you want somebody to talk to. And I always provide that avenue of speaking to persons and telling them that all is not lost, that there's life, that you should not worry.
In reflecting on his cancer battle, the survivor spoke of what kept him determined to fight for his life. He gave this advice to anyone who is presently in the situation he was in 25 years ago.
So when you get there, always find something to motivate you. Always have something. There's some loved one. There is something that you want to achieve in life. And work towards that. I have done a lot since. Because of cancer, I came up with a website called GoGov because I didn't know what was happening home. And I'm so entwined in things in Grenada. I was starving for news. I was starving to know what's happening home. So all these things motivated me.
Mr. Otter Hussein is calling on the general public to come out and support his Cancer Warrior Walk on Sunday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, Special Victims Unit on a drive to sensitize the public on the prevalence of abuse. Stay with us.
Did you know that the National Policy on Sports and Physical Activity will project a new vision for sports and physical activity in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique? The Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture will commence a series of consultations with the stakeholders starting Thursday, October 6th in the parish of St. John at the St. John's Anglican Primary School to highlight the focal areas contained in the policy. The National Policy on Sports and Physical Activity will also play a major role in the transformation agenda of government and will see the formation of a National Sports Council and the parish councils in every parish. Your recommendations are needed to ensure that the policy is implemented seamlessly. Attend the consultations in your parish and get involved.
Is Mr. Bernard McIntosh. I chose to become a member of the Arise Credit Union early in the 1980s when I was introduced by one of my co-workers. Very early after I would have become a member, my first loan was a very smooth and easy sailing for purchasing of a motor vehicle. As a youth, young, early 20s and so on, every young guy look out to have a ride, and that was very easy. On this, it's a 75th year of transforming lives. I want to congratulate the Arise Credit Union. Definitely, I know my life has been transformed because I would have never achieved most of the things that I have achieved had I been associated with a different financial institution. Hey, Nationals, where are you? Are you with us or are you elsewhere? Listen to me. It's not just a savings with a riser. It's a prudent investment.
one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I feel it right.
The National Insurance Scheme continues to make it easy to access our services using the MyNIS online platform. Now we're introducing a new feature that allows you to submit your benefit claims from the convenience of your smart devices. No paper, no hassle. All you have to do is log in to my.nisgrenada.org. Select claims, fill out the relevant information, and click submit. We'll take it from there. It's that simple and that easy. Submit a claim from the comfort of your home as you rest and recuperate. Enjoy the convenience of faster claim processing and monitor the status of your claim every step of the way. We are excited to introduce this new feature to better serve you. NIS is changing the game and the way you make your claim. Access anywhere and anytime with MyNIS Online.
MegaFest 2022 Gospel Explosion is finally here. Join the youth of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists under the green and white tent at Progress Park in St. Andrews from Sunday, October 9th to the 29th at 7 p.m. and continuing nightly for an electrifying evangelistic experience like no other. Come hear the ever-exhilarating Pastor Oliver Scott shatter the kingdom of darkness with thundering messages from the Word of God. If you ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Come find hope in the midst of your pain. See you there.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back here at Television Center. Students from the preschool to tertiary level throughout Grenada recognized their teachers on Wednesday as they celebrated World Teachers Day. Rena Pet Thomas tells us more.
Our teachers have shown great resilience over the challenges of the past few years. Also, they can give students the best future possible. In celebrating World Teachers Day on October 5th, over 20 learning institutions across the state of Grenada made special tributes to their teachers. This was done through songs, dance, acting, or just kind words. Here is a look at some of the tributes dedicated by the students.
The students of Victoria School for Special Education.
T. Thoughtful.
E. Energetic. A. Awesome. C. Committing. H. Helpful. E. Exciting.
R. Reliable.
Happy World Teachers Day! We are the students of the Anglican High School. Our for the children of the Forestry School.
Transformation of education begins with teachers is a theme used to celebrate World Teachers Day. Minister for Education David Andrew, in an address to all teachers, thanked the teachers for their contribution towards the development of the country and its society.
We see and value you as our ambassadors of education, ambassadors of transformation. As teachers, you have helped to touch and shape the lives of every person on the planet. Every profession has been touched by your hands, from the university professor to the preschooler. Our society reflects much of your effort and hard work. Thank you.
Minister Andrews commit to having a peaceful industrial atmosphere within the educational system and to provide better learning conditions.
This ministry commits to creating, as far as is possible, the best conditions for the execution of your most important function. We further commit to doing our part in maintaining an atmosphere of industrial peace. We will work to create the collaborative partnership necessary for optimal output in the education sector. We commit to engaging you with respect, even when we disagree on issues. The seeds you now sow will span several generations. We encourage persons in our communities to join us and do something to show appreciation today or within this month to honor a teacher, the teachers amongst us.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Other news, the Special Victims Unit is on a drive to sensitize the public on the prevalence of sexual abuse against children. Christina John has this report.
The child is innocent. Stop child sexual abuse. To further sensitize the public on the prevalence of abuse, the Special Victims Unit of the Criminal Investigation Department will embark on 2 national walks this month. This forms part of their 4th anniversary. According to woman detective Samika Fari, the first will be held in Grenville, St. Andrew on October 14th and the second on October 20th in St. George. The public is invited to join the walk. In their attempt to stamp out violence and abuse, they are encouraging to wear the color orange on the designated days.
The walk will be on the 14th of October 2022, 9 a.m. We're starting off with an opening ceremony at the Grenville Car Park, followed by a walk through the town. A short ceremony, and the keynote speaker on that day will be Mr. Pearson Stroud. He's one of the Ministry of Education representative. He's the juvenile administrator. The second walk is carded for the 28th of October 2022, and same starts at 9 a.m. at the Tantine Netball Court. We start off with an opening ceremony again before.
Youth Minister Ron Redhead will be the guest speaker for the October 20th event in St. George. Detective Fari says this sensitization drive also seeks to bridge the generational gap, as they will focus on the elderly as well. Here's what they hope to achieve.
Certain activities of this nature, we know that we will be bombarded with reports because some persons do not know the proper procedures or mediums, how to reach out to us, how to come forward to make a report. So come out, speak out, report. Do not suppress it, do not hide it, do not keep it. Yes, we want to reduce sexual violence. So education is key. What we intend to achieve is that persons will be more knowledgeable as to their rights as victims and to come forward because there's an entity here to support.
SVU has plans for the inclusion of both primary and secondary school students in a writing competition, which will entail two components, poetry and composition. Woman Detective Kezian Francis is spearheading this initiative.
In the primary school students, we're requesting a poem of 2 stanzas. So they write a poem with 2 stanzas. For the secondary school, if you want to write the poetry, you're going to do 4 or 5 stanzas. For the composition, the primary school students are required to write between 150 to 200 words. The secondary school level, 250 to 350 words. We have one topic in mind. Speak up, speak out. The end is just say voice away.
The writing aspect of the 4th anniversary will climax in December with a prize-giving ceremony. The top 3 positions in both primary and secondary schools will be awarded. The Special Victims Unit of the Criminal Investigation Department is a 3-dimensional unit that deals with domestic, sexual, and child abuse, working in partnership with the Ministry of Social Development to help eradicate abuse. Christelina John, GBN News.
One thing about the inclement weather is that it will show you wherever there is a leak in your roof. Staff at the government printery know it, and Grenadians are creating the buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users.
Staff at the government printery and financial complex have deemed themselves to be working under unsafe and uncomfortable conditions. This follows complaints made earlier this year.
What continues to happen is that there is severe water leakage in the government printery, a lot of molds and so forth, and it's not a simple problem. It's very, very chronic. The job that was done in terms of covering the roof, if I may say so, it was very poor in terms of how they did it, and as a result of that, the leakage to us, and the workers will attest to that, has gotten even worse.
GBN also understands that similar condition exists at the financial complex.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this latest development. The following views are that of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Sherilyn Atu says, "Oh my God, looking at the photos of that government building is disgusting and shameful. Looks like it is something that happened over many years. How can anyone work in a building like that? My opinion, they took too long to complain. They should move the workers to another building while repairs are done." McMahon Alexander, responding to Nazim A. Benjamin Sr., says, "When I look at the work that was done to solve the problem, I knew it was a waste of time because the roof that it did to cover the old building was not extended enough, so the water is still falling on the old concrete roof, hence the reason the problem continues." And finally, Brenda Sylvester Draffin says, "Stop playing the blame game. There's lots to be done, but only so much money to go around. Remember, almost all of Grenada was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. It's a process to rebuild and recultivate the nation."
That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
When we return, the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation and Agriculture continues to provide technical assistance to members of the Backyard Gardeners Network Initiative.
The most anticipated event to end 2022 is here. The 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout Football Championship starts on Saturday, 15th October at the Victoria Park, Grenville. It's two big opening games. From 7 p.m. Game 1, 5 Stars St. Andrew versus St. David's United. 9 p.m. Game 2, Moncton Sports Club versus Sunsetter Sports Club. Then after the games, we head stateside for the young and upcoming trending Jamaican artists. 450. 450. Alongside Vanessa Bling.
Give me good loving, yeah.
The Octane Band and top local artists. Letneck, Mr. Wacky, and Brighter Store. Admission only $40. For all this action, the 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout is on. Don't miss a game.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
101 reasons to shop at Quartz.
Unbeatable prices and the best value. Quality brands that you trust. At Quartz you can shop with no cash. Credit is amazing. Pay in 90 days. Quartz makes it easy. 101 reasons to shop at Quartz. We have so much in store and online we've got 101 reasons to shop at Quartz.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200, and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500, and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100, and 200 watt solar floodlights, floodlights, 3, 7, and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion sensor garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60, and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
Welcome back. The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, is continuing to provide technical assistance to members of the Backyard Gardeners Network Initiative. We get the rest of the details in this report.
The International American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, continues to provide technical assistance to members of the Backyard Gardeners Network Initiative, the BGNI, understanding the importance of backyard gardening as a main contributor to households, food security, nutrition, and providing direct access to diverse foods. ICA embarked on an initiative to educate gardeners who are part of the network. It entails hands-on theoretical and practical exercises which demonstrated the best practices for members of the network. Joan Charles and Lorraine Brazan says for females like themselves, this means that their gardening practices are more climate-friendly and they have healthier foods on their plates.
In order for us to keep healthy, we have to use what nature provides. And this demonstration this morning is of utmost importance so that I can continue in my backyard farming. I even do flowers too. I eat what I grow because it's good for my health. It keeps down diabetes, hypertension, and so forth. So I think this initiative is very good, and it should be throughout the country, because if everybody have a little backyard gardening, they know how to do their composting, and so it will help in their food bill. The food bill will not be that high.
Okay, well, I try to grow as much of my greens as possible, veggies and so. So yes, if I know I have something that could enrich the soil, something that is natural, something that is has high nutrients value in itself, I'm going to use it, extremely as much as possible, because it will contribute to the output, the amount of crops that I get, as well as the value of the crops itself.
This exercise assists in the creation of economic opportunities through the adoption of bioeconomic modules, such as the incorporation of composting, which converts waste into a resource. Derek Charles, national specialist at ICA, speaking on the objective of the training, says the idea is to give the backyard gardeners as much knowledge as possible so that they can turn into viable projects.
We are here today training the backyard gardeners in composting. We're on the Cardi field station. It's a collaborative effort between ICA and Cardi to construct a composting site with a number of composting bins where we'll be capable of training farmers and extension officers on the science of composting. Composting is an essential element in the backyard. In addition to that, we expect the backyard gardeners to have some level of rainwater harvesting. They will have the essential garden, which is the vegetable garden. They will have the herbs, and most likely they will have some probably small ruminant.
Other members of the network, Kelvin Thompson and Nicole Sutherland, are hopeful that acquired skills will contribute to improved operations in their gardens.
Composting is very important to me because we're using what nature gave us, the leaves, the plants, the grass, which we consider weeds. We could use that to nourish the plants and to put back into the soil what it's giving us.
It's using things that come from the garden itself while you're getting it ready to plant your produce. So it's sort of a cycle where you use the stuff that you would take out of your garden, like the weeds and such, and put it back into the garden so that it provides nurturing and nutrients for your plants.
The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, ICA, officially launched the first Backyard Gardeners Network initiative in Grenada last year in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture. Christina John, GBN News.
Have you realized that children spend most of the day at school with their teachers? On Wednesday, the world recognized teachers and students delivered the message. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
World Teachers' Day was celebrated on Wednesday under the theme, "The Transformation of Education Begins with Teachers." Tonight's eyesore features the students of the St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville, paying tribute to the ones who prepare them for work and life, the nation's teachers.
D, the tactical approaches you take to our lessons and learning.
E, the exceptional effort that goes into materials and resources. Your key, A, attention to details.
The way you see, care, even when we disappoint you.
Your H, honesty as we navigate the world of academia.
The E, edifying lessons you teach us through the hidden curriculum.
Are all indicative of the R, remarkable impact you have on our lives.
Happy World Teachers' Day from the St. Joseph Convent, Grenville.
Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
The weather coming up next, followed by the sports news and around the globe. Stay close.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada, imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, mostly cloudy at first with few isolated showers, gradually improving overnight. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Wind easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate to rough with waves 6 to 9 feet in open water. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides low at 8 p.m., high at 2 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:57. The weather on Friday, October 7, partly cloudy to cloudy at first with few brief isolated showers, improving as today progresses. On Saturday, October 8, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with light to moderate morning and nighttime showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. And on Sunday, October 9, partly cloudy to cloudy at first with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder, improving as the afternoon progresses. That's the weather. Good evening, sporting fans. The International Cricket Council has announced the 20 match officials for the first round and Super 12s stages of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2022 in Australia. Joel Wilson, the experienced umpire, is the lone West Indian official named to stand in the tournament. The 55-year-old has been an international umpire for over a decade since doing his first one-day international between West Indies and India in June 2011. So far, he has stood in 31 tests, 84 one-day internationals and 39 T20 internationals. His first match in the upcoming T20 World Cup will be the qualifier between Sri Lanka and Namibia in Geelong, of course. We can tell you too, he will also stand in the highly anticipated clash between Australia and England at the MCG on October 29. Officials have been named for the entirety of the first round and Super 12s, with the selections for the semi-finals and final of the tournament to be named in due course. Well, the conversation surrounding the implementation of the national sports policy continues to make the rounds. This as the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture will conduct a series of re-consultations in various parishes. The meetings have been planned to reconnect with the public on the objectives and purpose of the policy.
So the importance of reconciliation within now and then to make changes, and there will be new advice, there will be new recommendation, and just educating the public of the importance of the sports policy and how we can help shape for sustainability and development of sports within Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So we're preparing for the consultation, the schedule, basically the reconsultation, and we have started doing some in Carriacou last 2 weekends. We have done in-house consultation with our coaches and staff at the Ministry of Sports. So the first outer consultation with the parish will start on the 6th of October at St. John's. We'll be at the St. John's Anglican Secondary School, and we'll start in the evening from 5 p.m. Then on the 11th, we'll be in St. Mark's Secondary School for St. Mark, 11th October.
The present layout of the policy went through extensive consultations in 2010, but its implementation was not followed through over the years. The meetings will give the public the opportunity to offer recommendations that allow for a more comprehensive outlook on sports.
Area for the consultation. Well, schools, coaches, clubs, leagues, sports lovers, past sports athletes, past, everyone, teachers, everyone that are interested in sports and want to learn more how sports can help and what contribution they could make to the way forward through the sports policy and what will be the benefit and the guidelines of the sports policy for the sustainability and of sports and how the students and the children could help and gain benefits through participation in sports.
Coordinator of Sports in the Ministry of Sports, Colin Peters, talking there. Meanwhile, football officials are being called upon to realize their full potential. Only last week, 35 referees and other officials participated in a 5-day FIFA course by FIFA Development Officer Javier Santos. He says the sessions offered a number of opportunities to the participants.
But we need more people, not just Reon, not just Clinton Daniel, who is living in Guyana, not just 2 guys. We need at least 4 referees from here to have the full team representing Grenada in a big international stage. This is why we are here, looking for new talents. Okay? So the Caribbean region needs you. The Caribbean region needs to find the best team to represent not just Grenada, not just the Caribbean, represent CONCACAF in the World Cup. For the next World Cup, we have just 2 persons from the Caribbean participating in Qatar. 1 assistant from Trinidad and Tobago and 1 assistant from Suriname. But why not? We can participate as a 4 referees, or not for just 4, maybe 8 referees from the Caribbean. It's possible. You have the talent.
That's the sports news for now. Children in uniform usually pay half price when it comes to bus fare, but that was not the reason adults throughout St. Lucia were clad in the colors of their beloved alma mater on Wednesday. The retrospective moment was all in observance of Teacher Appreciation Day on Wednesday, October 5. The Ministry of Education is rallying the nation in paying homage to the unsung men and women tasked with molding and shaping the lives of future generations. We get the rest in this HTS report.
Proudly representing each school, exalting our nation's teachers. Present, the pressed school uniforms donned by working adults were a feast for the eyes. Social media was abuzz with images and videos of workers wearing the uniform of their alma mater, as the island observes Teacher Appreciation Day.
So having seen how today turned out and the excitement it generated, I'm expecting everybody to show up on Friday in their school uniforms. Okay? So, they might like the suspension, you know, head prefect. Yes. I might have them to kneel downstairs in the car park.
It was a jovial mood in the Ministry of Education on Wednesday morning as staff paid homage to teachers island-wide with playful banter among staff.
I want to start off by thanking you for voting for me to be president of your student council. But remember, when I campaigned, I told you I wanted us to be more responsible students. So in the absence of the teachers today, I am in charge and I'm expecting the full cooperation and participation of everybody. The girl in the back. You are talking unnecessarily.
Minister for Education Sean Edward eventually broke character, heaping praise on the nation's teachers, thanking them for their dedication to service.
Today, let us salute our teachers because they will forever remain indispensable in the whole scheme of national development.
I like it. North Korea says it has been carrying out missile tests as countermeasures against provocations by the United States and its allies, as it condemned the return of the U.S. aircraft carrier strike group as a threat to peace on the Korean peninsula. We get more from Al Jazeera.
Condemned by South Korea as a serious provocation, Thursday's missile launches by North Korea got this response from the South Korean president.
People could be worried, but our government will thoroughly take care of people's lives and safety based on a strong South Korea-US alliance and security cooperation between South Korea, the United States and Japan.
Since Tuesday's launch of an intermediate-range ballistic missile over Japan by North Korea, the US and South Koreans have fired their own missiles in response, and the aircraft carrier, the Ronald Reagan, which had been taking part in naval exercises with South Korean counterparts, has arrived back in Korean waters. It's due to hold more drills with Japanese Navy ships, with Tokyo also condemning the latest missile launches from North Korea.
These actions are a threat to the peace and security of the country, the region, and the international community, and it's completely unacceptable.
The missile launches came just after the UN Security Council met to discuss North Korea's actions, with the US accusing permanent members China and Russia of enabling Pyongyang.
That is all for Around the Globe. We'll be back to remind you of the headlines. A reminder of the headlines. Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin extends apology after soft skull statement as he explains it is a legal term. Convicted impersonator Akim Andrew is free and walking the legal route to his dreams. Arthur Hostin celebrates 25 years of living cancer-free. In Around the Globe regionally, government workers in St. Lucia observe World Teachers' Day. Internationally, North Korea says it has been carrying out missile tests as countermeasures against provocations by the United States and its allies. Plus, in the sports news, Ministry rolls out reconsultation on national sports policy. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste in the Grenadian capital. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Good night.